another episode of Saturday Night Cinema. As always, I am your host, Sawyer St. Sin. And today we're going to round out January with our new beginnings / babies, right? With Village of the Damned. So, this week I watched the one from 1960 and the one from 1995. 1960 was done by director Wolf Rilla, and then 1995 was John Carpenter. Now, story between the two, pretty, at the base is the same. Small town has a blackout, everyone passes out for like 6 hours. They come to, they don't know what's happened, no one has any explanation. 2 months later, all of the women of the, childbearing age, right, become pregnant. And so everyone's like, what in the world? So babies are born. They all have that very blonde hair and very strange looking eyes. They find out that this has happened in several other locations around the world. All of those villages have either killed the children or have completely just bombed the entire village. So there are some differences between these two movies. First off, the 1960s one, as people do die, the children do, kill these or control these people into killing themselves. It's not super it's not superly overt. The 1960s one is more psychological, whereas, Carpenter's, we've got explosions, we've got, people getting impaled by a broom by jumping off of the top of the school. One burning to death. So they're different in those effects of how the deaths happen. Also, in the 1960s one, there were 10 children born. In Carpenter's, there are 10, but one does not survive and is whisked away for an autopsy to be done on it. And so that leaves one of the children without a mate, right? And that's David, which David in this one is the misfit. He's the smaller one. He's the one without a mate. He kind of starts to develop feelings in Carpenter's version. In the 1960s one, David is kind of the ringleader, mastermind, the one that really is making the group progress. We do have our two main characters in both. The male leads, which in Carpenter's is Christopher Reeves. They teach the children. They're trying to teach the children humanity. It's not really working. But they both, in the end up being able to block the children's mind reading. They build a wall, right? They build the wall, and it lasts long enough for it needs to. I mean, eventually the children do break down the wall with their powers, but it's too late for the kids. So the ending for the 1960s one, right? They realize that if they don't do something about the children, everyone in the town is going to be lost. The government is just going to bomb the town and it never even happened. So instead, our leading man just sets off a bomb in the school, killing him and the children. Really sadly, as his wife pulls up, and boom, In Carpenter's, first off, there is a standoff. Like, the police are coming for the children. You guys, the police are coming for them. And military. The children control the minds of them, and there is a shootout between the cops and the military, and like everyone dies. Military and cops, boom, everyone dead. But David's mother that gave birth to him, right? She goes to the barn while Christopher Reeve's character is trying to set off his bomb. Because in the end, the kids die from a bomb. But David's mom is able to get him out. And so in Carpenter's, there's at least one child that still lives. Also in Carpenter's, we get to see what the children are. Because the one that died didn't fully develop in the womb. Into what all the rest of the children, you know, they were born looking like babies, whereas this one was born still very, very alien. So we did get to see that, and we got to see David's reaction to seeing his mate, like, dead, and these children aren't supposed to have feelings, and it's said, like, in the movie, like, the lead child is, like, the fact that you have developed feelings is very unnerving, you know. So, but David makes it out, and so 9 of the children and Christopher Reeve's character die, and you know, David and his mom just go off into the night to move somewhere where no one's ever heard of them. So at the core, they're, you know, they've got the core story, the like main plot line is the same, but there's a lot of little differences in each of them. And I mean, they're both, you know, based off the novel. And it's called like Midwich Kooks, I think is what that one's called. Midwich Kooks. I can't remember exactly. I know it ends in the Kooks. But so that is our show for today. Sorry, kept it like short and sweet, but I just kind of wanted to talk about the little nuances in between those. You can find both of them on Amazon Prime. I highly suggest like watching both to really get that, you know, both of the storylines, because they're both really good. And like different enough from each other that you don't really feel like you're just rewatching the same movie. So guys, February's coming up. What's in February? Valentine's Day. What's Valentine's Day about? Love, right? Love, yay, love. So next month we're gonna do a little thing, and this title was done by my lovely husband, cameraman, editor, videographer, all around like person who keeps my show afloat on a weekly basis. It's called, what is it? I Was Made for Loving You.
I forgot about that.
So we're gonna be talking, can you guess? We're gonna be talking Frankenstein movies, but, I wanna flip that on its head just a little, just a little bit. And I want most of the core like storylines from these movies to be about women. So, you know, maybe Bride of Frankenstein, maybe Lady Frankenstein. Have you heard about that movie? I've seen the trailer for it. Looks like a good one. And then we have Frankenstein and the Women from Hammer. We all know that I love a good Hammer movie. Love a good Hammer movie. I'm sorry, off cameraman, did you have something to say?
I wonder if we could find Kiss Me Quick. I just wonder.
Kiss Me Quick. Ooh, or there's always Frankenhooker.
Oh, Lord.
Who knows? Guys, the possibilities are going to be endless. And, you know, there's not as many days in February, so I've got to make sure that I get some really, like, top-notch Frankenstein things for you. So with that being said, I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thanks for, you know, stopping by and sharing a little, like, you know, evening with me. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.